If you thought video games were just for kids, think again. Pac-Man isn't the only game in town. Gambling has gone video, the result of billion-dollar illegal industry in New York and New Jersey. Joe Cullum and the Channel 9 I-team have been investigating.
Ron, for the past several months, we've gone undercover into the world of illegal video gambling. We found it's a place where the money is big, cheating is common, organized crime is dominant, and lives are often destroyed by a phenomenon some people claim is growing like a cancer.
I know as soon as I walk in there that I'm going to lose. I just know it.
That old adage, the crime doesn't pay, it's the exact opposite. In this particular case, crime pays and pays very well.
The action is what gets you.
The vast majority of the money goes to organized crime.
Mine was fixed on the machine. It was bulletproof. I was totally engrossed and obsessed with the machine.
This is what gambling has come to in the computer age. Poker, keno, slots, even horse racing, all played on video screens. Video gambling can be found here in the posh casinos of Atlantic City, where it is a popular and legal recreation. But it may be more common outside Atlantic City. A Channel 9 I-team investigation has found there are tens of thousands of video gambling machines operating illegally throughout New York and New Jersey. And those machines are being used to steal hundreds of millions of dollars, primarily from poor and blue-collar neighborhoods, many of them in places like this, Paterson, New Jersey. Much of the money is ending up in the pockets of organized crime, which has developed a vast network of video machines that has not only revolutionized illegal gambling, but has been rigged to ensure that those who play those machines almost always end up with a raw deal. This man has been getting a raw deal, gambling here at a place called Lucky's. Lucky's calls itself a cafe, but it's really a gambling den in Paterson. We visited Lucky's several times in recent weeks with an undercover camera. Inside there are 3 computerized keno machines and little else. They don't serve meals here, and the only beverages we saw served were coffee and sodas, not sold but given free to people playing keno. Keno is a game of pure luck. There is no skill involved. Players pick a series of numbers, push a button, and hope the computer picks the same numbers. This man was playing 2 keno machines at the same time at Lucky's one recent afternoon, feeding $5 bills into them one after the other. It's something he's apparently done a lot of here. I-team producer Gary Circa was playing on the 3rd machine when the gambler warned him that it was jinxed and had taken a lot of his money.
I've been playing out. I probably put about $4,000. How much?
A short time later, though, the man's luck changed, at least for the moment. Here he signals the manager he'd won a big jackpot, 600 points or replays. Lucky's pays 25 cents per replay. In this case, that would be $150. The manager paid the man his winnings. Playing keno is not illegal, but this is. Lucky's, however, has no monopoly on video gambling in Paterson. Some say there may be as many as 5,000 keno, poker, and slot machines here. We found them in grocery stores, restaurants, and small shops up and down Paterson's busiest boulevards. Police have little doubt why they're there.
These machines have no other purpose than to gamble.
But illegal video gambling is a loser's game. The machines are easily programmed to pay high or low. Paterson's police chief says most are fixed to pay extremely low.
About a 17% payoff, that's what we're informed that they pay. So that's a real shrewd business deal. I mean, I give you 100, you give me 17 back.
In effect, he's stealing.
In New York, police say new machines are rigged to pay high to lure customers, then re-rigged to pay low.
It's as simple as that, just reaching in there, turning a dial. So this is a con game. This is a con game.
Anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 a week I was losing on the machines.
This man owned a successful business when he says he got hooked on video gambling in Paterson. He says he knew the machines were fixed, but could not stop playing.
I lost, in 7 years, Had to be at least 500,000, 400,000, easy.
Video gambling has been around for only a decade, but some say it is already the most addictive of all forms of gambling. This man is addicted. He says he's lost more than $100,000. Just listen to his breathless description of what it's like to be obsessed with a machine.
Increase bet, sure, double it. I want to suck these babies in. Bing, bing, bing. Hit the draw. Hey, now again.
Addicts we talk to say money is not the hook. They say they become mesmerized by the speed of the video gambling machines. A game of poker or keno lasts only seconds.
I could have action as fast as my hands could work. And you'd get this electric charge. Start going up your spine, turn your stomach upside down, and explode in your head. And I didn't give a shit whether I won or I lost.
Nobody knows how many lives have been smashed by machines just like this, but police say the machines themselves are proliferating. This one was seized in a small candy store in Upper Manhattan, police say doubled as a mini casino. On this day, in a series of raids, police seized 24 machines. They contain more than $9,000 in cash, but that is just a pittance of the pot.
We had a bar one time where the bar owner admitted to us that the machine was giving him $14,000 a week. It was paying his rent for the month.
One machine, $14,000 a week?
$14,000 in 1 week.
Citywide, I would say the business is doing about $500 million a year.
That old adage, the crime doesn't pay, it's the exact opposite. In this particular case, crime pays, and pays very well.
In New York, illegal video gambling isn't quite wide open. Police are making arrests, but no one has been sentenced to jail, and penalties are usually just small fines. But police say they are seizing about 2,000 machines a year. On the other hand, illegal video gambling in Paterson is wide open.
It was a payoff. If you didn't pay, you wouldn't operate.
This is Joe Fay. Last January, in testimony videotaped by the New Jersey State Commission of Investigations, Fay said he owned 100 gambling machines in Paterson and was raking in $100,000 a week from them. Part of the money, he said, went to pay bribes.
I would make payments to the police officers. In Paterson, you can only put 3. They would only give you a license for 3 machines. They would take a payoff off each week, and I had maybe 10 machines in one place or 8 machines in another place, and they would tell me if anything was going to come down beforehand so I could pull my machines out and be legal.
Captain Joseph Grossi was the head of Paterson's Vice Squad when he was indicted for taking bribes from Fay last year, as were Lieutenant Raymond Zadanis and Detective Casper Morelli. Since the indictments, there has been a major shakeup here at the Paterson Police Department. There is a new chief and a new vice squad, but almost nothing has been done to stop the illegal video gambling industry here. And even the police admit that has created the perception that they are in cahoots with the gamblers.
The complaints we keep getting is what you're saying, that if they're allowed to operate, then the police must be involved, and that isn't the case.
Munsue says he knows Paterson is full of video gambling dens. He says he has recommended the city outlaw the machines altogether. But police have virtually given up trying to enforce the current law that requires they witness gambling in the act.
You can't enforce it. It's almost enforceable. It's impossible to do.
What is it?
Well, you have to catch them making a payoff.
Paterson police apparently never played at Lucky's. Our producer not only witnessed payoffs to other gamblers, he was paid for a winning here 4 times. The payoffs range from $10 to $50. Here, a woman working at Lucky's is paying him $40. But our luck at Lucky's was mostly bad. We put $440 in wagers into the machines and won only $125, a loss of 72%. By contrast, gamblers in Atlantic City lost an average of only 10% of the money they bet in video machines last year.
I'm Joe Collum from Channel 9. How you doing? We're doing a story on video gambling machines.
I don't know nothing.
You don't know nothing?
This man's name is Tony. He was running Lucky's during our visits there and made most of the payoffs we saw. But he denied being the manager, he denied knowing the owner's name, and he denied there was any gambling at Lucky's.
These gambling machines back here, they're not for gambling? People don't come in here and gamble?
He insisted the 3 Keno machines were for amusement only. Then we told him we saw him pay off customers, including our producer, several times.
But when they win, do you pay them?
No, I don't pay nobody.
You don't pay them? Oh, now there was a guy here yesterday who you paid.
I don't pay nobody.
Nobody knows exactly how many machines are out there. It depends on who you ask. In Paterson, for example, city officials put it at 1,000 or fewer, but gamblers we've talked to, machine owners and distributors, say there are 4,000 to 5,000 machines just in Paterson alone, which gives you an idea how many are out there statewide and in the city. A lot of
money going down on that one. What's up tomorrow on this series?
We're going to look at organized crime and the influence of the mob in this industry, and it's big.
Okay, look forward to it, Joe. Thanks. Lloyd's up. Tonight, in part 2 of his investigative report, Raw Deal, Joe Cullen now is here to tell us where the money goes.
Well, Ron, a great deal of it is going to organized crime. Police say mobsters have a major influence in the manufacturing and placement of a large number of video gambling machines.
Illegal video gambling is a goldmine for those who control it. Just one of these poker or Keno machines can pull in $1,000 or more a week. In New York and New Jersey alone, police estimate the industry is earning more than $1 billion a year. The money comes from guys like Joe, who says he's hooked on video gambling machines.
I lost my family. I lost my house, friends.
Joe has lost everything he owned to the machines. Most of it in little stores and luncheonettes in Paterson, New Jersey. Like this one we visited recently with an undercover camera.
I know as soon as I walk in there that I'm going to lose. I just know it.
Any guess on, over the years, 7, 8 years now that you've been playing these things, any guess on how much money you've lost in them?
Oh, my God. Maybe 100,000, if not more.
Need 2 cherries to get the first payoff.
Police say most machines like these are fixed, so gamblers are almost guaranteed to lose. Joe knows, but he keeps playing.
You know, the people, you lose $700, and then they come around with a cup of coffee or a sandwich, and you feel like a big shot, you know?
Guys like Joe put the money in, and guys like Carmen Ricky take it out. Until recently, Ricky was chairman of Greyhound Electronics. Police say Greyhound video machines are widely used for illegal gambling. This one was seized recently at a bodega in Upper Manhattan.
Greyhound is headquartered right here in this building in Toms River, New Jersey. It is one of the largest manufacturers of video gambling machines in the United States. But it's also a prime example of just how tightly entwined this industry is with the mob.
An indictment last March alleges Ricky and Greyhound conspired to run an illegal gambling operation with little Nicky Scarfo, seen here with a red jacket on. The Philadelphia gangster who is now in prison heads the Bruno Scarfo organized crime family.
The store owners were going to get 50%, and the balance of the money was going to be split between Carmen Ricky and the Bruno Scarfo family.
This is George Frezzalone, a made member of the Bruno Scarfo family, who made claims in this testimony to the New Jersey State Commission of Investigations that Ricky and Scarfo were silent partners. Frezzalone said that partnership allows Ricky to run his video gambling empire without competition in New Jersey, Delaware, and Pennsylvania. In return, Scarfo gets half the profits.
Carmen was happy to make the deal. You know, he made money too, Carmen. Carmen made more than what we made, so he was happy.
But if you have a hard time believing a gangster, listen to New Jersey State Police Superintendent Justin Dentino.
With all the information that I have concerning Greyhound Electronics, Inc., there's no doubt in my mind that they're connected with organized crime.
The mob's take from illegal video gambling is so great, New Jersey is now considering taking its own piece of the action.
There are estimates from the SCI that there may be as many as 19,000 machines operating illegally in New Jersey at present. But the revenue goes to organized crime. There is widespread La Cosa Nostra influence in video games, particularly in North Jersey.
State Senator Tom Foy wants to legalize video gambling throughout New Jersey. On June 17th, with a Channel 9 camera present, Foy told a Senate committee legalization is a, quote, win-win situation. He says it would mean a tax windfall for the state, and it would drive organized crime out of the video gambling industry.
And I'd be happy to answer any questions now from the committee, and thereafter I'd like to offer the opportunity of a demonstration so that you can see how a machine works.
Then Foy introduced Robert Harzer, sales manager of SMS Manufacturing, a major producer of video gambling machines.
It's a coin-operated video machine.
Harzer demonstrated how an SMS machine would work if the law passes that would supposedly force the mob out of video gambling.
Here that you have a possible straight, which is a winning combination in a poker game.
But nobody bothered to tell the Senate committee one important fact. SMS Manufacturing has been identified as a mob-controlled company.
They're one and the same. The mob and SMS are one and the same. They're a mob operation.
Fred Martens is director of the Pennsylvania Crime Commission. Last March, the commission released this report linking SMS to 2 organized crime families.
Is it a situation where those families actually control SMS?
That's what our evidence tells us.
You could discard the 4 and draw another card.
Nevertheless, SMS is one of the dominant video gambling machine companies in the country.
Yes, SMS was the big one.
Joe Fay used to own a string of machines like these in Paterson. Many were made by SMS specifically for illegal gambling, Fay said in this testimony to the New Jersey State Commission of Investigations.
SMS is the best machine for your money. You can make a lot of profits.
Do you know anyone else who bought illegal gambling machines from SMS?
Everyone.
You know,
just ask any vendor in New Jersey.
We manufacture amusement devices.
Robert Harzer denies SMS sells machines for illegal gambling.
The machine basically was manufactured for amusement. How the game was being used is a question of who owns the machine and what they're doing with it.
Almost all these machines carry the disclaimer for amusement only, but some say that's a ruse.
There's no other reason to have a video poker machine than for illegal gambling. There's no other reason. And anybody that tells you that there is lying.
SMS Manufacturing is based here in Lakewood, New Jersey. Neither the company nor any of the people who run it have ever been charged with a crime in connection with the use of these machines. Nevertheless, SMS has a shadowy past, and its alleged ties to organized crime are deep and bloody. On June 12, 1984, somebody drove up to this building in Dover Township, New Jersey, got out of their car and murdered a man named Vincent Craparato by beating him to death with a golf club. It took police 7 years to determine who allegedly killed Craparato and why. Documents obtained by the I-Team reveal Craparato was an associate of the Lucchese organized crime family and also a silent partner, receiving a share of SMS's profits. Last April, 2 reputed Lucchese soldiers, Martin Tessetta and Thomas Ricciardi, were charged with the Craparato murder. The grand jury said the motive for the killing was a mob dispute over SMS profits. After the murder, the documents show the Lucchese and Bruno Scarfo crime families agreed to split the profits from SMS.
Is this company connected in any way with organized crime?
Not to my knowledge.
Harzer says he knows of no ties between SMS and organized crime.
There again, I really have no knowledge of anything going on.
We showed Harzer the documentation, reports, testimony, the indictment. We wondered how a company with SMS's history ended up appearing on behalf of the industry in front of the state Senate.
Don't you see the irony there? I realize
exactly. I see the irony there, and that's what I'm saying. It's, Miss, please don't record this.
I didn't know whether you knew or not, but I'm curious.
I had no idea.
Senator Foy says he was unaware of SMS's past when he introduced its representative to the Senate committee. He said SMS was invited by a lobby group supporting his legalization bill. Nevertheless, he sees no problem with SMS's appearance.
Yeah, it was their machine that was brought before the Senate and the Assembly to say, here's an example of what we're talking about.
That seems to bother you. It doesn't bother me any. I mean, I don't care who manufactures the machine. Whoever manufactures is ultimately going to have to get licensed.
Not all companies that make or distribute video, poker, or keno machines are involved with organized crime, nor are all businesses where those machines are located, but the mob does play a major role in the industry, Ron.
Interesting, interesting. What's on for tomorrow night in this series?
Tomorrow night we take a look at legalization of these machines in New Jersey and what that may or may not mean for organized crime. It's interesting to see what they think about it. Will it help them or hurt them?
Okay, thank you, Joe. Still coming. A gambling casino could soon be coming to a neighborhood near you. Joe Cullum of the Channel 9 I-Team is here with part 3 of his investigative report, Raw Deal.
Ron, chances are you've already got illegal gambling dens near you. As we've reported this week, there are tens of thousands of video gambling machines operating illegally throughout New York and New Jersey. Now there is a move in New Jersey to make those machines legal in bars and restaurants.
Come on, baby, hit me. I don't play the piano, I play the slots.
2 years ago, the state of South Dakota legalized video gambling. Now casino signs are a big part of the landscape. Business in bars and restaurants with machines is booming, and the state is reaping a tax bonanza.
Oh.
Some are happy to have the games.
Just to kill a few more minutes and hopefully fill my pockets with bountiful money.
Some are not so happy.
I have kids, and when I come into a restaurant, that's the first place my kids want to go. And I just don't like it.
New Jersey has video gambling too. The legal version in Atlantic City, and the illegal version every place else. An estimated 19,000 machines are operating illegally in New Jersey. Police figure they're making $1 billion a year.
I was just caught up in the fever.
The illegal industry depends on compulsive gamblers like Bob, who says at one point the machines became more important to him than his family.
I took money from kids' savings accounts. I would have money in my pocket. My wife would ask me for money for the kids' shoes. I wouldn't give her $50 because that was my gambling stash.
The machines themselves are not illegal. Paying off gamblers is. But police say it's extremely difficult to catch the payoffs as they happen. So little is being done to stop the spread of video gambling.
This machine is like a cancer. It's just growing and growing. It's just not worth, they're just no good.
Passaic, New Jersey is one place that's taken a stand. Instead of trying to catch illegal gambling, Passaic simply outlawed the machines.
We feel that it's organized crime that's involved, and we just don't want them in our town.
But video gambling is wide open in some other Jersey cities. Paterson is one of them. There may be as many as 5,000 machines here. Joe Fay, a former gambling machine distributor in Paterson, says he's seen store owners do almost anything, including give free cocaine to gamblers to encourage them to play for long stretches.
We were taking shifts, just giving the guy one guy change. He was there just playing for, I think it was over 50 hours. Non-stop. I mean, he didn't go to the bathroom.
It hurts the poor people more than anyone else. We get calls from wives all the time. Their husband lost their paychecks.
Paterson's police chief says he is helpless to stop the gambling under current law. He sees only one solution.
I asked on 3 occasions that they make these machines illegal, and this is the only way we can fight this.
But while Chief Muncie tries to outlaw the machines, others work in the opposite direction.
Legalizing video machines in New Jersey is an idea whose time has come.
Senator Tom Foy wants to legitimize video gambling. He's proposed a bill to make the machines part of the state lottery system,
thereby both increasing state revenue opportunities and diminishing the influence of organized crime in our state.
Foy says legalization would mean at least $225 million a year in new tax revenue for New Jersey. Under the law, any bar or restaurant with a liquor license could have up to 6 gambling machines. They love the idea here at the Boulevard Lounge in North Bergen.
I think it would be great. Sure.
Jimmy Sharple says he used to have a gambling machine in here, and it made more than $1,000 a week. Then he found out it was illegal and took it out, but he'd like to have it back.
It would be just like having a lottery thing where you track customers in. They come in to play that. Sit down, have a few drinks, you know.
But in Atlantic City, casino owners do not look kindly on a bill to legalize elsewhere what has become their lifeblood here. 2/3 of all the money wagered in Atlantic City go into slot machines and video poker machines like these. That's why the video lottery bill is seen as such a big gamble here. If the bill's backers win, the big loser could be the casino industry.
We certainly believe that it would be very detrimental.
Tom Carver of the New Jersey Casino Association says many gamblers will forego a long drive to Atlantic City if they can gamble in their neighborhood saloons.
We're talking about 40,000 people working here. We're talking about billions of dollars for senior citizens, talking about millions and millions for reinvestment. Do you really want to compromise that?
One of the chief arguments for legalization is it would drive organized crime out of the industry. But State Police Superintendent Justin Dentino says the mob may actually invite legalization.
Organized crime in many cases encourages the legalization because they know there's going to be more of a proliferation of that activity.
This is the type of machine we're talking about.
And that's just what happened in New Jersey. In June, the sales manager of SMS Manufacturing appeared before a state Senate committee to support legalization of video gambling. SMS is a leading producer of these machines, but has also been identified as a mob-controlled company. Senator Foy argues his bill will prohibit companies tied to organized crime.
If these people have those kind of ties, as you allege, then the reality of it is they'll never get licensed in the state of New Jersey and they won't be able to do business here.
But Foy's bill is patterned after the lottery law here in South Dakota, where despite its history, SMS is licensed to sell its machines. This is one of them being wheeled into a bar there. For now, video gambling here is still illegal. Every so often, machines like these are confiscated and destroyed, but not enough to slow down the growth of an industry where the money is big, the mob is dominant, cheating is common, and for the people who play the game, the deal is raw. As we mentioned, SMS Manufacturing is licensed to do business in South Dakota, but the lottery system in Canada's Atlantic provinces has suspended SMS's license there. That action was taken in February after testimony was given before the New Jersey State Commission of Investigations about SMS's alleged mob ties. Ron?
What are chances of the Foy bill getting passed?
Well, it'll be interesting to see. There's a lot of pressure building up behind the scenes. For the tavern industry, this could be a very major windfall. It could bring in a lot of business. The casino industry, on the other hand, is going to fight it tooth and nail. But I don't think the population in general really even realizes that this bill is out there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when they really get a handle on it.
Thanks, Joe. Nice series.
Thank you.
An investigation by the Channel 9 I-Team may end up costing the mob lots of money. A new law banning video gambling machines passed tonight, largely as a result of an I-Team probe in August. Joe Cullen is here now with details. Joe?
Well, Ron, there may be more gambling casinos in Paterson, New Jersey than Atlantic City, except in Paterson they are mini casinos, pizza parlors, coffee shops, grocery stores, each containing video gambling machines. They are controlled by organized crime, and the mob is making a fortune from them, but maybe not for much longer. The days of wide-open illegal gambling in Paterson, New Jersey may be about to end. Last August in our report, Raw Deal, we went undercover and revealed how thousands of video machines are being used for illegal gambling throughout Paterson. The machines have meant disaster for those who become addicted to them.
I lost, in 7 years, had to be at least 500,000, 400,000, easy.
We found the machines have made a fortune for organized crime, while police here have done almost nothing to stop it.
It was kind of vivid. I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed by that report.
Paterson Police Chief Richard Muncie says he's been trying to outlaw the machines since taking office here nearly 2 years ago. But he says nobody would listen until now.
Right after that program came out in the summertime, that's when things really started to roll. Anyone who lived in Paterson saw that report had to say, I'm embarrassed. Why don't we do something about this?
The vote is 8 in favor, 1 absent. Ordinance number 2 passes for first reading.
Tonight, the Paterson City Council did just that
when it voted to ban video, poker, keno, and other electronic gambling devices here.
They are a source of lifeblood for organized crime, money being organized crime's lifeblood.
If mobsters do control the video gambling industry, they may be about to lose a bundle. Law enforcement estimates there are between 3,000 and 5,000 video gambling machines here in Paterson, each with an average weekly intake of $1,000. If that's true, and if the machines are banned, that means organized crime stands to lose revenues of $3 to $5 million a week. Until now, the machines themselves were legal. It was up to police to prove they were being used for illegal gambling. But at least some police were taking bribes to protect video gambling operators. 2 have been convicted since our report. Now, Paterson City Council must vote one more time in January before the video gambling machines are officially banned. After that, the new ordinance is almost certain to be challenged in court before it becomes official. The new ordinance could cost the owners of these machines too much for them not to go down fighting. Rollin?
Any chance they could lose this thing in the revote or the challenge?
Well, the people who wrote the ordinance feel certain that in court, in appellate court, they will stand, and that this thing will be upheld.
Okay, thank you, Joe.